Hi, welcome to Ritchie Academy. Hi dears. Okay, last class we have discussed about that how to the plant systems or it can derive. Then the live process we have completed in 2 or 3 classes, and then this is the day 7th class. Okay, already the evolution process we have completed. Now today's our topic is how the plants are made up of, right? So this is the topic. So here the plants are made up of cells. The plants are made up of cells. The cells means the structural and functional unit. The cell means structural and functional unit is called also cell. Okay, and here the study of cells is called also cell biology. The study of cells is called also cell biology. Okay, today we have to discussing about that various types of the cells. We are discussing today's our topic. Okay, right. So this is the cells. The cell definition is that the cell definition is the structural and functional unit of cell. It is called also cells, right? And here the group of cells, group of cells is called also tissues. The group of cells is called also tissues. The study of tissues is called also histology. The study of tissues is called histology. The group of cells is called tissues. The study of tissues is called histology. Okay, and here in all over the plant body and living organism, they are made up of several types of the tissues. The tissues means, so here the origin and function, is the same. It can contain that cells is called also tissues. The tissues means here these also tissues are it made up of similar origin and function. It can contain such type of cells is called also tissues. Okay, and here the ability based on the ability of cells, the tissues they are divided 2 types. One is that the tissues are divided 2 types. One is meristematic tissues. The tissues are it can divided 2 types. One is that meristematic tissue, and second one is permanent tissues. These are 2 types. How they are classified means based on the ability or function, and based on the dividing capacity. Okay, based on the dividing capacity, all the tissues they are divided 2 types. One is that meristematic tissue and second one is that permanent tissue. So today we have to discussing about that meristematic and permanent tissues. Okay, and here the meristematic tissue, this is the Greek word. The meaning of meristematic means divide. The meaning of meristematic is that divide, and this type of tissue is called meristematic tissue. Means here which tissue they contain or the ability of dividing to forming a number of cells. That tissue is called meristematic tissues. This term is coined by that Nageli. The scientist name is that Nageli. He is coined by the term of meristematic. Okay, and here the position of tissues, meristematic tissue. The meristematic tissues are again three types. One is apical meristematic tissue. Apical meristematic tissue. And the second one is that intercalary meristematic tissue. Intercalary meristematic tissue. And third one is that lateral tissue. Lateral meristematic tissue. These are three types of tissues are there. That is the meristematic tissue. One is apical meristematic tissue, intercalary meristematic tissue, and third one is that lateral tissue. Okay. So here these are divided based on the position of tissues. Position of tissues. So here we have divided. Okay. So first one is that apical meristematic tissue. So this type of the tissue, they are found in that all tip pods, like that root tip pods, shoot tip pods, and leaf tip pods, and the several types of plant organisms, like the root and everything, each and every, all of the plant body, it can contain the tip pods, it can contain meristematic tissue. So here the apical pod means here the each and every organism, the apical pod, it can present in this apical meristematic tissue. So for example here the shoot system, this is the primary structure of shoot system. This is the very early stage of system. And these are nodes. These places is called nodes. Okay, these are branches. Okay, just rough diagram of this tissue. And here all these this is the shoot system, and here at this place. Okay, at this place it is called also so here this place it can contain that meristematic tissue. This place, this is the tip part of the shoot system, and here all the tissue is present at this place. Okay, and this is called also apical meristematic tissue. This is shoot system. Okay, and so here what happened? What happened? The ability of apical meristematic tissue, they can divide it and formulate the primary body. They can develop in a primary body. And at the place of here, when the meristematic tissue, they can divide it. Then here some of the cells or it moves to that beneath of these places, and here at this place it can formulate some special tissues. Okay, so this is called also intercalary tissue. Intercalary meristematic tissue. This place here when it present, where it is present means here this place at the nodes place. At the nodes place, it can present into that meristematic tissue. This type of the tissue is called also intercalary tissue. So here at the nodes place, the angle between of stem and petiole, this place it is called axil. This place it is called also axil. So here at the place it can contain that. Here this is the shoot system, and this type of meristematic tissue it can called also intercalary meristematic tissue. So here all type of grasses plants, it can contain that. Here it is very useful for the intercalary tissues. Why means here all the grazing herbivorous animals they can eat by the grass. So such time the removal part they can regenerate. So that this intercalary tissue it useful for regenerate of in the grasses plants, in the side plants. Okay. So this is the intercalary meristematic tissue. So here the apical meristematic tissue and intercalary meristematic tissue. So both of this tissue it useful for the development of primary body. Primary plant body. It is useful for that primary plant bodies. Okay, right. These are two types. So for example, this is the shoot system, and so for example in the root system, this is the root in the root system, and here each and every root. Each and every root it covered with one specific thimble-like of that structure. This structure it is called root cap. This is root cap, and here at this place it can contain that meristematic tissue. Okay, this is the region of meristematic. This is region of elongation. This region is called also, this is the root system. This region it is called also maturation, region of maturation system. So this is the structure of root. Okay, and here this place it can contain that apical meristems. Okay, and here this is the apical and intercalary meristems. And here the root system it covered with thimble-like structure. It is called root cap. Here the shoot system it covered with one special type primordium. Okay, this is that leaf primordium. So it covered with shoot apical meristem systems. And then the lateral meristematic tissues. So these tissues is called also secondary meristematic tissues. Secondary meristematic tissues. So lateral meristematic tissues is called also secondary meristematic tissue. And here all this type of the tissue it can present in this inside of the bodies. Okay, and this is useful for that development of girth of the plants. It is useful for that development of the girth of the plant bodies. So here such type of the tissues is called also meristematic tissues. Okay, so these also the best examples of lateral tissues, mainly the vascular tissues like that interfascicular tissue, and intrafascicular tissue, these type of, and cork tissues. All these type of the tissues is the example of lateral tissues. Okay, and these are the meristematic tissues. So here all the meristematic tissues, or the structure of meristematic tissues is that isodiametric tissues, and these tissues did not contain that intercellular spaces. Intercellular spaces are absent. The cell wall is made up of cellulose and pectin. Cellulose and pectin. The cell walls, the meristematic cell walls is the thick, and these are made up of cellulose and pectin. And here this is the isodiametric, and intercellular is absent, and these cells are live cells. The meristematic cells are live cells, means here each and every cell it can contain specific nucleus and dense of cytoplasm. Dense of cytoplasm is present. This type of the cells is called also meristematic tissues. When the tissue is developed, so such time what happened here, all the tissues are divided and forming a number of organisms, and then after that the lose of ability of dividing, and the tissue it can form in a structurally and functionally the same. Such type of tissues is called also permanent tissues. Then the meristematic tissue it can develop in a permanent tissues. It developed in permanent tissues. Okay, here the meristematic tissue it can divide it and it form in a permanent tissues. Permanent tissues. Such process it is called differentiation. Differentiation. And permanent tissue again it can convert it into meristematic tissue. This process it is called redifferentiation. Redifferentiation. Then again the meristematic tissue it can convert it into permanent tissues. So that is called also dedifferentiation. Dedifferentiation. These are the three processes: differentiation and redifferentiation and dedifferentiation. These are the processes. Meristematic tissue is converted into permanent tissue and permanent tissue is converted into again meristematic tissue. That process redifferentiation. Then while the meristematic tissue again it can convert it into permanent tissues. Such process it is called dedifferentiation. So here when the process is completed, so that time what happened here, the permanent tissue means here the similar to the structurally and functionally. So that type of the tissues is called permanent tissue. How the permanent tissues are made up of means here, the meristematic tissue it can divide it and then after that, so here the primary body it can develop, then the time the lateral cells and all these type of the cells here, all the meristematic cells, the lose of ability of dividing, then it can convert it into permanent tissues. Okay, so this is the forming of permanent tissue, right? So now we have to discussing about the permanent tissues. Now permanent tissues, okay. Permanent tissues. Okay, so again the permanent tissues, the ability of functions, and here the tissues are again it can divide it three types of the tissues. One is simple tissues. Simple tissue, and second one is that complex tissue, and third one is that specialized tissue, specialized tissues. These are three types of tissues, or again it can divide it permanent tissues. One is that simple tissues, second one is that complex tissues, third one is that specialized tissues. Okay, so here the simple tissues. Okay, the simple tissues means the structurally and functionally the same type of the tissues is called simple tissues. Okay, again it can divide it simple tissues, or there are three types. One is that parenchyma, and second one is that collenchyma, third one is that sclerenchyma. These are three types of the tissues are it formed in the based on the function and structure. And complex tissues means here several types of the tissues or they are made up of complex tissues. Here the complex tissues are again it can two types. One is that xylem, second one is that phloem. Okay, and these are the two types of the tissues. And specialized tissues means some specific organisms or they are present like that nectar glands and hydatodes, all these under cavities. Such type of the tissues is called also specialized tissue. No need to of this basics. Okay, right here these are the basic points of in our permanent tissues. Okay, now so here the parenchyma. Okay, and here the parenchyma is structurally and functionally same, and these are isodiametric or polygonal and round, oval, spherical. The shape of parenchyma is the isodiametric, polygonal, round and oval and spherical type of the cells is called also parenchymatic tissue. And this tissue it can found in large type of the places. It can found in all the places, most probably cortex and steel, all these type of the places are found in the parenchyma. And the first time the parenchyma is invented, that scientist name is that Grew. Okay, Grew. Okay, right. And these are the structure of parenchyma is that this is the round or spherical and irregular manner, and here this type of cells is called also parenchyma. And here the cell wall it made up of cellulose. These are live cells. The cells are it can contain that specific nucleus and dense of cytoplasm, and cell wall also made up of cellulose and then dense of cytoplasm, and all the cells are it can present into that intercellular spaces. So here all the cells between of two cells it can contain some space. Okay, this type of the spaces are present. This is called the intercellular spaces. Intercellular spaces are present. Okay, and here this is the very important, right? This is the parenchymatic tissue. And here the based on the function of this parenchymatic tissue, again it can divide it three tissues. One is that chlorenchyma and erenchyma and stored parenchyma. These are three types of parenchyma tissues are present. Chlorenchyma means, so here the all the green type of the plants it can contain that parenchyma tissues, and here all the tissues are it can contain number of chloroplasts. Such type of tissues is called also chlorenchyma. And the erenchyma means here all the hydrophytic plants. Hydrophytic plants means this type of the plants or they can live inside of the water. Such type plants is called hydrophytic plants. Here all the hydrophytic plants it can contain large type of the vacuoles. Okay, inside of the cells it can contain large type of the vacuoles are present, and between of the two cells it can present in the intercellular space in a large spaces. Okay, large spaces. So these type of parenchyma cells is called erenchyma. And here the main function of parenchyma is it useful for the buoyancy of the plant systems in the water plants. Okay, so right, this is the parenchyma. And third one is that stored parenchyma. So here such type of some parenchymatic tissue, they can stored in the food materials. Such type of cells is called also stored parenchyma cells, right? This is the parenchyma cells. Okay, and then next one is that collenchyma cells. Collenchyma. These cells also isodiametric and polygonal, spherical and round. Some cells it can present into that oval shapes. Okay, these shapes of cells is called also collenchyma, and all the collenchyma it can present into that homogeneous layers or patches like of the structures. So for example, in the dicotyledonous plant systems, it can contain the collenchyma in patches like of the structures, small mosaic like of the structures. It is called mosaic. So small one dot like of the structures are present, and in some monocotyledonous plants it can contain that collenchyma in homogeneous layer. One layer is present. Okay, so this is called also collenchyma, and here all the collenchyma also round. Here in these cells also live cells, and the cell wall is made up of cellulose, hemicellulose and pectin, and here all these type of the cells are live cells, means it can contain the specific nucleus and dense of cytoplasm, and here the deposition of cellulose, hemicellulose and pectin at the corners of the cell walls. Okay, these places, the corners of the cell walls are, it can hide thick and remaining all the parts are very thin. These are very thin, but here at the corners of at these places is that very thick type of the cells are present. This type of the cells is called also collenchymatic tissues. Okay, and this is useful for that. It gives to that mechanical strength of plant bodies. Mechanical strength to plant bodies. Okay, so this is the function of this collenchyma. Okay, and this is the collenchyma cells. These are round and spherical, isodiametrical, and some of the oval shapes are present, and these cells are live cells. This is contain that specific nucleus and dense of cytoplasm. And here all the cells are at the corners of the cells, it deposition of cellulose and hemicellulose pectin type of the particles. Okay, such type of these cells is called also collenchymatic tissues. And next one is that sclerenchyma tissue. Sclerenchyma tissue, next one. Okay, and the sclerenchyma tissues are, there are the two types of the tissues are present in this sclerenchyma. One is that fibrous and scleroids. Okay, fibrous means here these are very hollow-like structures. These hollow-like and elongated, tube-like and pointed edges. It can contain pointed edges like of the structure. It is called. These are pointed like edges. These like of the structures is called fibers. These are dead cell organelles, and here the inside of these cells, it can deposition of lignins, deposition of lignin particles, and also here the fibers also it can contain that. So here it can contain that small pores like of the structures. This type of the pores are it can present. Such type of pores is called pits. Such type of pores is called pits. Mainly the pits are, there are two types. One is that simple pits. Simple pits. Another one is that bordered pits. Bordered pits. So with the help of through of pits, the plasma desmotas are interconnected with each two and other cells, and or it is useful for the transportation of materials, food materials to one cell to and another cells. And here the center part of this open place, it is called lumen. The center part open place is called lumen. These type of cells is fibers, and most of the fibers are present into that cortex places and steel places, and such type of angular ray radials, X radials and ray radials tissues are present at the places of these type of the cells are present. Okay, and the next one is that scleroids. These are spherical, elongated and isodiametric type of cells is called scleroids. And here the cell, these also dead inorganic cells, and here the lumen is less present. This place is lumen is low, lumen is present, and the inner wall it can deposition of pectin type of the particles. Pectin type of the particles. These are spherical type of shapes is called also sclerenchymatic tissue. These are dead organisms. And both of these sclerenchyma, the main function, it gives the strength, mechanical strength to that all the plant bodies. And here the sclerenchyma it can present inside of that steels also. Okay, right. And here the less lumen is present. Less lumen is present. Okay, and here this is the dead organism. So this is the simple tissues. Mainly simple tissues are three types. One is that parenchyma, and this is the collenchyma, and third one is that sclerenchymatic tissue. Right. So this is the simple tissues. Now we will continue that complex tissues. The second one is that complex tissues. Complex tissues. So here complex tissue means they are fusion of different types of the tissue. They are made up of various type of the tissues. It is called also complex tissue. And the complex tissues also called also conductive tissues. Conductive tissues or vesicular tissues. The other name of complex tissues of conductive tissues and vesicular tissues. The complex tissues are there again, it can divided two parts, two tissues. One is the xylem and phloem. Okay, and this is the xylem. The main xylem it can present inside of the steel. The xylem it can made up of various type of the cells. Like that, the first one is the xylem fiber, xylem vessels or tracheids, and the second one is that xylem fibers, third one is that xylem parenchyma. Sorry, this ended. So here the xylem it made up of four components. and xylem vessels and xylem tracheids and xylem fibers and xylem parenchyma. Okay, and the other name of xylem fibers is that vast tube fibers. And here all the angiospermic plants are it can made up of these type of the xylems, but here exception of the gymnosperms, they are absent in that vessels. Okay, and here this is the xylem vessels and tracheids. Okay, here this is the structure of xylem vessels. This is hollow-like and elongated tube-like of the structure is called also vessels. And here inside of the all the vessels or it can present cells. The center part of the cells are decomposed. Here the center part of this place is decomposed, and all cells are it can present hollow-like of the structures. And here each and every part it can contain here at the horizontal places in a small like of the pits are present. Small pits are present at these places, at this place, with help of plasmodesmatas. This type of the cells is called also vessels, and between of this place it is called lumen. This place it is called lumen. And here the tracheids also it can present into that. This is a very large size of the tracheid. This is it can present into that number of pits or it can present here also it can present, and one more cells also it can arrange in the same ways. Okay, and another cell also it can present into this ways. Okay, right, this is the xylem tracheids. Here in this xylem vessels, the mainly here the main function of xylem is that transportation of water. This is main function of xylem is that transportation of water. With help of vessels and tracheids, here the water ions it moves to that at these places, same upward movement. But here in the place of tracheids, here at the place here the water ions moves, but here at this place it can contain that pits. With help of these pits the water ions moves to inside, and then here also pits. So here this is the way of movement of water ions through of xylems, and the surrounded by that the fibers also it can present. This is also small hollow-like of these structures is called also fibers. And here it comparatively it surrounded by that small specific live organisms. These are two are dead organelles. These two are dead organelles. This is also dead organelle, fiber also dead. But here the xylem parenchyma is that live organisms. These are live parenchyma present. Okay, this is the xylem parenchyma. This is the structure of xylem cells. And here this is the parenchyma, or totally it can made up of, this is the isogonal or polygonal type of the shapes or it can present. So this like of the structure xylem cells also present like that small benzene like of the structures. Benzene like of the structures are present. Then all the vessels and tracheids, and it's surrounded by that small parenchyma tissues also it's surrounded, and fibers also it presented. Okay, here the vessels and tracheids and fibers all the three are dead organelles, and only one parenchyma is that live cells. Okay, so this is the xylem cells. And next one is that phloem cells. Next one is that phloem. Okay, and one more point is that xylem. Okay, xylem. So here the first developed xylem is that protoxylem. It is called protoxylem. The secondary developed xylem is called metaxylem. protoxylem and metaxylem. And so here, for example, the transverse sections of roots and stems here, the protoxylem it can present inside and metaxylem it can lie into the peripheral ends. That type of it is called endark position. That is called endark. And here the protoxylem it lie towards that cortex side outside, and metaxylem it present to peripheral ends of pith sides. That position it is called exarch. Exarch, that is called also exarch. Protoxylem and metaxylem. Okay, so this is the xylem part. And then next one is that phloem. Next one is that phloem. Phloem also made up of several type of the cells, sieve elements or sieve tubes, and second one is that companion cells. Companion cells. Third one is that phloem parenchyma. Phloem parenchyma. Okay. So these are the sieve elements and sieve tubes, and all the gymnospermic plants it can contain that sieve elements, but here gymnosperms are absent in that sieve elements. Only the companion cells are present into that gymnosperms. Okay, and the structures of sieve elements and sieve tubes. This is the structure of phloem. This is the sieve tubes. These are companion cells. Companion cells. These are phloem parenchyma. Okay, and here these hollow-like of the structure it can contain that this is the sieve tubes and sieve elements, and here the sieve elements or sieve tubes are associated with companion cells, but here the end part of that sieve tubes are proliferated. Okay, proliferated of structures, and all these proliferated structures is contained that here the pores like of the structures. This is called aseptate and septate. Septate and aseptate, and here inside of these comparatively companion cells the lumen is less comparatively companion cells, and here the companion cells are it gives to that the transportation process, and this here the sieve tubes are dead organisms, the companion cells are live, and the phloem parenchyma also live, and phloem fibers are bast fibers. These are dead organelles, and all the fibers are it surrounded, and here the sieve tube and sieve elements it associated with companion cells, and the above part it surrounded by that phloem parenchyma. Okay, so this is the structures of phloem structures, and here the primary developed phloem is called protophlloem, and secondary developed phloem is called metaphloem. Okay, photophlloem and metaphloems. And here this is the structure of phloem pods, and this is useful for that main function of phloem is that transportation of food materials. Transportation of food materials. So here both of xylem and phloem, both of phloem These cells is called vesicular bundles. Vesicular bundles. Okay, this is the tissues of various type of the tissues are present in all the plant organisms. So for example here, all the tissues are present, all the living organisms, and most of the tissue it found in that simple tissues are present in all over the body, and the remaining tissues are it can contain very some short periods. Okay, so today this is the topic of tissues topic. Tomorrow we will continue and new topic. Okay, and this is the our topic. Mainly here the tissues are two types: meristematic tissues and permanent tissues. Again, permanent tissues are divided into three types of the tissues. One is that simple tissues, complex tissues, and specialized tissues. Here the simple tissues, again it can divided three types. One is that parenchyma, collenchyma, and sclerenchyma. Okay, and parenchyma again divided erenchyma and chlorenchyma and stored parenchyma tissues. So here then complex tissues are, there are two types. One is the xylem and phloem. The specialized tissues are nectar glands and hydatodes and lysogenous cavities, and these are the specialized tissues. Thank you one and all. This is the 7th day topic is completed. Tomorrow we will continue 8th day topic. Thank you one and all.